Hello, my friends. I want to talk about something important. It's over. It is over. It's over. What does that mean? Gone are the days of using light for gain outside of love. Gone are the days of celebrities having this uncanny control, this weird influence through using things you don't even know what they're doing on mankind. Gone are the days that there is this veil of illusion and this power control of your light. So, welcome. It's over. Tomorrow in the United States, we embark upon a day called Thanksgiving. It is meant to be a day of giving thanks, but in the United States, these holidays tailor to things that aren't always necessarily healthy, like with Christmas being about gifts and lots of money, and Thanksgiving being about a lot of food, which don't get me wrong, I love to feed my family. I love making them happy through their tummies. However, it truly should be about giving thanks. And upon this day coming, it's also my daughter's 13th birthday tomorrow. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal in my home. There's been a lot of things happening. And it's like I've been reflecting. I've been looking over this past year and actually since 2019 and bringing through the return of Christ. And that is found on this channel. But here's the thing about that is there has been so much lies. There has been so much manipulation for what Christ is, for what light is, for what spirituality is. And I see this across the globe. And I see this heightened through Hollywood and the biggest cult that you've ever known. And it hurts my heart. But I know that even if what I say is far-fetched because it's real, because it's the truth, because I did activate the pyramids, masculine and feminine, all over the globe. I did clear Mount Shasta and cut it off from life support, all of California. I did burn Archangel Samael, who was the original fallen angel. I did battle the deep blue sea, and I did win the battle of the red dragon, and I didn't even realize I was doing it as I battled the union of my twin soul. I did undo the Holy Grail and unite Jesus and Mary Magdalene on Christmas Day of 2022 live on this channel. I did do that. And it's all right here for you to see. And so I'm going to give a lot of thanks today because it's over. It's over the ways outside of God, real God, not a biblical sense of God, because they manipulated the word of God in order to use those powers against you, to confuse and divide and weaken the structure of true love. For there is only power in love, unconditional love, union of unconditional love. And that was Adam and Eve. And over this last year, every time I think my journey is done, it wasn't. I'm reflecting. I'm reflecting, especially over this last year. And over this last year, I birthed the new earth. We took us into the portals. We took us into the end of ways. God bypassed some time. He said enough because there were attacks upon attacks upon attacks on the union of my twin soul and I. So much darkness, not wanting love to unite, not wanting that power to return, because then they can't use it against you. It's over. It's over. In the end of this video, I'm going to show you where to watch the birthing of the new earth, the processing of her death, the drying of the Nile after it turned blood dry, activating the pyramids, freeing Jesus's soul, clearing the Holy Grail once and for all, and what it really was. Also, the battle for my twin soul. Because what you don't realize is they stole Jesus's soul. They stole Adam's soul, and they used it by taking down Eve. They did it by creating a division and an imbalance of masculine and feminine through this. And people don't think there's a spiritual war. There is. And there's so many people out there who mock the truth, who can't see the truth because they're so engulfed in the false veil of illusion and lies of confusion. And so I want to give a lot of gratitude because it's over. I want to give a lot of gratitude because it's over. It's over. We have reached the end. We have reached the end of ways outside of God. We have reached the end of the division of the masculine and feminine, Adam and Eve, Jesus and Mary Magdalene, and Sekhmet and Horus. It's over. It's over. It's over. I will never allow darkness to come in between my DM and I again. I fought so hard for him, and I got the most beautiful gift from God over my journey. I got a walk-in DM. We all did. We all got a beautiful gift, a walk-in divine masculine. What does that mean? The original soul was stolen. It was very darkened. My DM's heart had a big black hole in it, and I battled and battled and battled for that love and to save my life for over a year, actually a little longer. I battled fallen angels, and I didn't realize I was doing it at the time, and it's all played out on this channel. That is not a lie. I don't need to lie to you because it's over. The days of lies and coercions and false veils and confusions is over. The truth is right here. And I'm so grateful. You see, God gave me a beautiful gift. I didn't realize what I was battling when I was battling it. I didn't realize what I was doing when I was activating pyramids and my heart was becoming enlarged and I was being attacked left and right. And I took it personally for a while. And then I realized they don't want me to rise. It's over. The days of separation and division of Christ is over. The days of division of God's power and light is over. The days of duality is over. And I was given the most beautiful gift on August 30th of 22. You see, I was activating pyramids from 2020 to 2022. I was activating feminine pyramids, and I didn't know that exactly what I was doing at the time. And I was battling this union of a twin flame I didn't even know I had until I met him. And then God said, and we were like, whoa. And I was like, whoa. And I was like, ouch. And I was like, whoa. It was the most beautiful love I've ever felt. And then it quickly turned to the most painful experience of a lifetime, but one I wouldn't change for the world. I wouldn't change the walk-in that I have. I wouldn't change August 30th, 2022, no matter what. The only thing I would change is I would want more strength from that day going forward again, because even when I got a walk-in, there were people even close to me that rose with me that chose to divide and conquer. It's over. It's over. It's over keeping separate the masculine and feminine, because this last year I birthed the new earth, and the soul ties of Adam and Eve, my DM and I, fully came together. But the thing is he never really got to experience the best parts of who we are. And I'm excited for that. I'm excited to give him the love that he deserves, because we all got a gift. We all got a gift of completion. That I chose love the whole way. My new DM got to rise into the biggest shoes you could ever imagine. All of the return of Christ is complete. This is true. Because once August 30th of 22 occurred, right after that was December, when we united Jesus and Mary Magdalene soul fragments, those parts of our soul, and I cleared the Holy Grail, and I won my soul back. And then after that, we started activating the masculine pyramids, Ecuador, Congo, Kilimanjaro, British Columbia. Yeah, it's all in this channel. And then after that, I got to implement all the gates, and I got to bring us through the Nile portal, which we're heading towards, which is the final portal into the 13th gate, which is New Earth. Then we got to birth the New Earth this year. And it's all because my beautiful walk-in DM, because if it weren't for him, I wouldn't be here. There's been mishaps on that journey, but it's over. It is over the division of love. It is over the lies, the veil of illusion and confusion, and the control of your free will is over. It is over. You are free. You are free to rise through love. You are free. You are free again. Balance is being restored to mankind and to the earth. It's over. It's over all the lies they told, all the power they took, all the division they created through religion and lies. It's over. And all of that unfolds on this channel. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I chose love the whole way. I'm so grateful that I have the most beautiful gift in the world. And I cherish him. And I will let him know that now from every day. Because it's over. Next year is going to be the return, the entire return. The division's going to get bigger over these next few weeks because we cannot be duality anymore. Duality is over. You cannot use light in the darkness anymore, and you cannot use the darkness into the light anymore. You cannot. And I said that when I was bringing down the blood of Christ, and I said that in the undoing of the Holy Grail. When you watch all the pyramid activations, I did a lot. There was a lot done. It's a lot to understand because it's real. It's the real work on this channel. That's so cool. I'm so blessed. It's over. Christ really has returned right in front of your eyes, and the veil of illusion that keeps you blinded and stuck in their control and lies is over. It's over, and I owe it all to my DM. And it's been a painful journey even since I got a walk-in. And for that, I am so sorry. So I just want to give the most gratitude in the world to my beautiful divine masculine because he's very real. We have fully united internally. It's been a journey. It hasn't always been an easy one, and it hasn't always been a beautiful one. And even after I battled my original DM and I was extremely tired, people use that against us as well. And it was hard. It was hard to choose love continually since I got a walk-in. But you know what? I'm so grateful for him. All I want to do is be with him. All I want to do is feel his love. And all I want is for the union of love and all truths to be returned. All truths to rise, which is what we are going into in this next year. You will see everything. You will have no choice. For some of us are rising, and others are karmic demising. That is the division, the return of Christ. So I am so grateful that it's over. I have the most beautiful gift in the world, and I only want to be the best version of myself for him. So I'm thankful to those who choose to watch videos beyond judgment, who realize that judgment is not love, that that's a shadow, and they don't want to pick it up. They just click play and watch what I say. I am grateful to those who honor the return of Christ, even if few and far between to this day. I am so grateful for my DM. I love him so. I have fallen in love with him. You want to know what the most beautiful gift and the most amazing thing is I met my original DM physically first and then fell in love with him internally. My new DM, I have had the blessing and the gift and the honor to have God choose him before I know him. Because God knows me, he knows my heart, and he knows him. And he says we deserve to be together. And then to get to fall in love internally with somebody before you meet them, that's real. And I got that. And it's the best love you could ever imagine. The separation of Adam and Eve, Jesus and Mary Magdalene, and Sekhmet and Horus is over. The false illusions and the false control of the sun and the moon, it's over. And I got the most beautiful gift to internally fall in love with a new soul that I have been aligning to and I wish to help bring to the whole. What a beautiful gift. What a beautiful gift that I got to bring down all Christ's light. What a beautiful gift that I got to undo all these contracts of karmic yuck and muck across the globe. to give you your free will. All you must do is choose love the whole way and honor to God and the One. And believe me, I know everybody's expecting a masculine, but God said it's okay. It's been me the whole time. I'm grateful. I'm grateful that the battle is won because it hurt and I almost died. And my DM did die. And I got the most beautiful walk-in. So I'm grateful to those who speak their truth. I'm grateful to those who choose love over all things. I'm grateful to those who honor spirituality rather than using it for the intentions that are not pure. I'm grateful to those that realize that everything is a reflection of you, and we are all connected through the heart center. I'm grateful to those who choose soul growth. I'm grateful to my family, to my children, and I hope to heal what has happened through my new DM journey with my children as well. I am grateful that we got the most beautiful walk-in. I'm grateful to fall in love internally with somebody. What a gift. And I have. I'm grateful for a roof over my head continually, no matter what came my way. I'm grateful for those who choose love over judgments every day. I'm grateful for those who are ready to rise and let go of karmic patterning and karmic demise. I'm grateful for those who choose to see truth and not be governed and controlled by the shackles that blind and bind. I am grateful for you. I am grateful for even the ones who challenged me and tried to hurt me. Because if it weren't for you, I wouldn't be about to make the biggest comeback you have ever seen in mankind. It's over. It's over. So I hope you have the best day tomorrow, even if it's not your Thanksgiving. I'm giving thanks, and I hope you feel that. My heart is yours. I will show you where to see all of this if you are curious. It is found on this channel in which you find this video upon. I have a playlist where you can easily find it all, but everything on my channel is that, okay? Everything on my channel is the return of Christ unfold, because that's why God told me to make this channel, and I didn't see why at the time. So first I cleared Mount Shasta. I freed Jesus's soul first, which at that time did not know who I was or who he was. But I did realize there was a connection to my DM or my neighbor that I had met and the guy that I was dating previously. I did realize that. I also realized then that Jesus was poisoned by John the Apostle. And I thought that was it, but it wasn't. Started activating pyramids from Fiji, which ended up being a God portal. And there's part 2 of those, but only one is on this channel. The other's in the path to righteousness. Started clearing the sun. Okay, the sun. Started undoing the false concept of time in the matrix. Started clearing and healing the moon. There was not hundreds, but there was a lot of those in the path to righteousness as well, and only a few on this channel because it's real work. So it's nothing to be played with. Okay, you have to have a pure heart for it. Guided meditation to eliminate the false, and also it's an honor to heal through the one who brought it about, God said. So it's limited to what is on this channel, but it is mostly here. Guided meditation to eliminate the false concept of time. Prometheus is the god of humankind. It was not exactly a direct descendant from God. Adam and Eve were, and then other gods and the angels. Okay, you have to detach from the matrix, the virus matrix, all of it. Activated pyramids. This was Indonesia, Myanmar, Machu Picchu, Budapest, Thailand, all over the globe. These were the feminine ones. Look at 2020, 2021. The Sphinx, what I did with the Sphinx was amazing. And eventually Horus rose from that. I activated the dormant chakra system, which came into birthing the new earth as well. You're about to see that we did this last year. So this came full circle around. They all did. A lot of them did in birthing the new earth as well and taking the earth through her portals. Because the pyramids are your portal activations. That's why the earth is rising, because I cleared out all darkness. So this one is also clearing out all collective shadow. And there is an individual and a collective shadow you all have to come out of. Atlantis was being reborn, and it was in Lake Titicaca, which stretched back to Machu Picchu. And you would know that if you watched my videos, because I didn't know until I did the work either. Who I am, the excuse me, twin flame relationship healing, because I was being attacked. And that is when this all started playing out. Final message to my twin soul, David, being attacked. And oh my God, it's clear now. My love for you is deeper than the deep blue sea. That's when God told me it was the deep blue sea I had to battle. And I didn't even understand that at the time, but it's real and it's all right here. And isn't it Revelations that says that's part of the mark of the end of times? Yeah. This is Revelations playing out, okay? We also cleared and healed Salem, Massachusetts. I literally undid all darkness back to the beginning of time. Let's see. Truth and the wholeness. Remove all divide, karma cleanse, chakras, Merkaba ball healing, but there's a lot. So in the path to righteousness, I actually align you with your karma because there was so much shadow even in the spiritual community. They were cutting cords and removing you from your ability to heal your karma, which is not good. And so there's also included in all your lifetimes. So in the path to righteousness, I literally do that for you. It was a gift. Twin flame reunion, new signed contracts, a new king is crowned. Okay, so this actually happened after my DM became a walk-in. The shield of love, and that's on here too. For some reason, it just got put out of order. Oh yeah, the fall of the false goddess. So I'm just going a little fast. The return of Christ. This was a workshop done where God showed you what the entirety of the return of Christ is, which was my DM and I coming together. He married my DM and I, and we opened up the God portal. Okay. And that's the work that I've been doing nonstop. This was a battle of a lifetime that I went through for a whole year with my DM. And then the battle said, God said enough. And what does it mean for me to get a walk-in? I didn't exactly know, but this was the day God said that I would. And then he gave him a week and he didn't show. And then they said twin flames will unite by me. I didn't know what that meant. It was Jesus and Mary Magdalene timeline. Excuse me. And then the day I got a walk-in is right here. It was painful. It's not something that I wanted to share at first. Everything I've done is in workshops. God says to show up and I show up and then things channel through me. That's really how it works. And I do the work, and the work that I do affects the earth, affects the ethereal and all of mankind. And it's like a boomerang effect, just like manifesting. That's how spiritual works. Okay, that's how it works in the ethereal first, and then it changes your reality. A paradigm shift. So this was the day I got a walk in. It was a very beautiful experience. And when I got a walk in, I felt it and I got a new song. And I love him so much and I want him to feel all my love. I want him to know how much he matters to me and to all of us. He was a gift. Then we brought down the blood of Christ, and I was still battling things. Like it was rough. I undid the Holy Grail, and Jesus, and this was on Christmas Day here. I undid that Holy Grail and what it is, okay, and what really happened to Jesus is in there. His soul was stolen, and that's why the Ankh broke into a cross, and that's why they hung him on a cross. He didn't die on a cross. More stuff to the moon and the false solar eclipses. Then I took us into 7D and we got new planetary alignments. Then I got to activate the masculine pyramids. Kilimanjaro, Congo, British Columbia, and the White House was demolished, and there were these tunnels underneath with these individuals wearing black cloaks and upside down crosses, and they eventually burned. Ecuador. Oh, and also in the pyramid activations of the feminine, I go into the Atlantic Ocean because some of the pyramids are underwater. And I literally saw a spaceship there and I had to undock it. And there were these alien beings in there. And then I said in another one that eventually you'll find them dead, probably. So there are alien beings already here. And that truth has been rising and rising and rising. And we're about to come into contact with them on a greater scale. But there's also light and dark of those too. There's ones that were not connected to the light, and there were the ones that were partaking with your people of the government cortex. Anyways, when I did Ecuador, they told me about Sekhmet. That's when I started processing that I was Sekhmet. And I'm like, wait, what? I just did the Jesus and Mary Magdalene and felt that in the union of my soul. And then my DM does take on Jesus's soul eventually, my new one. But I'm like, what do you mean I'm Sekhmet? And the book of Revelations and what I have done came through in here. And you see what it meant to protect our children. And a lot of people, so I'm grateful to the ones that choose to listen. I'm grateful to the ones that put judgments aside because this is true work. And when you judge it, this is not me talking about these. This is not me talking about these. A lot of them are the healings. And then I process it. Okay, and my DM and I are the Eye of Horus and the Eye of Ra. That is who we are. And then I dried the Nile. So I didn't know it was coming. When I did the pyramid in Ecuador, they're like Sekhmet, and I can't remember exactly how it came out. And I was like, what? And then I started processing that. We still did some masculine pyramids. I processed Sekhmet. I was mind blown, literally. And then came the Nile. And there were more pyramid activations, Nigeria, Zimbabwe, Botswana. The Nile came after I learned I was even Sekhmet. Okay. This is the truth of Christ. It was my journey. I was processing it. It was unfolding in real time. Mount Shasta clearing part 2 came about, and I was crying at first because it was painful. I didn't have to do that one. It was supposed to be my DM leading that one. But A Samael burned in that one, and we undid another contract. Mount Shasta was very dark. It was very dark. And I know a lot of spiritual people who would go there and do ritualistic things and like ayahuasca and awaken their heart center there. That's something that should have been healed. Okay. So final phase, I undid more time, karmic timeline playing out, Fiji completed. And at that one, they said we had 2 years left. But then, oops, after that one, and they said we had 2 years left, depending upon people, how it was received is what God said. And I said that in there. It can fluctuate. And then it did. God chose to shorten time because people just kept attacking and throwing judgments at the return of Christ. And this last year, shadow wreaked havoc. The shadow wreaked havoc. It really did. And it got a lot of people. It blinded and binded a lot more people. And unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that. But what I can tell you is it's over. This was my very first workshop where I told you I was dividing darkness from light. And I didn't know what that meant then either until it all played out. This was when I recalibrated the north, east, south, and the west, and I healed the west back to the north, which is part of Revelations. That is the prophecy 21:13 fulfilled. Then I processed Earth's death. I ripped King Charles's skin fell off on this one and his wife, and the Sphinx fully awakened because something else was coming I didn't see yet. Prep for event. Okay. Urgent twin flame shadow healing. Jesus unites with my DM. The soul fragment finally found him because my original didn't make it, remember? So when I processed his death, it went into a flower in the Garden of Eden, and I didn't know why. Then I got a download of Why Not Everybody Will Ascend and all of Revelations and the work that I was doing. Okay. Because this is my awakening. Oh, final removal of time. This was the work. These are work. Everything Undone, Oil Fields, Alaska. This was a workshop. So these are important to watch. Um, and some of these are conversations, but this is work. So the workshops are the actual work of Christ, okay? Then I got the hugest download after I did all of that of Why Not Everybody Will Ascend. Then what it means to clear Mount Shasta. It was part of a false grid and the false veil. And then rest in peace, David. He didn't make it, and he actually came through in that one before he went into something else. So he actually, on a soul level, he did die. My twin flame part got ripped out of separated from that, and who he was as a person went into something else. My friend used to laugh and say maybe he became a bird. I couldn't laugh with it, but I don't know. He did go backwards as a soul. So, and then snakes. Snakes were very important on my journey because each time I up leveled, I would throw up a snake out of my solar plexus. Then Horus returned from the Sphinx, which was one of my favorite workshops, and still very few people are ready to see that. And my DM did get that soul fragment as well because Jesus is not just Jesus. Jesus and Mary Magdalene, Sekhmet and Horus, and then Adam and Eve. Then this was the eclipse. I actually channeled during the eclipse and spoke through the sun and the moon and called everybody home. And then I Project Bluebeam, I cleared the soul from the Twin Towers. There was a lot involved in here, Stonehenge and all of that. And this one I used the trees to fill them with Christ light because the twin flames were not united. The 144,000 were not quite ready. So I used the trees and filled them with Christ light and into the dome of the earth. Then religion, the false concepts started to be healed and removed, which there are two of these. Because this last year I undid the Sistine Chapel, we undid the money matrix, it's all here. Full power of the sun returned. This was in Newgrange, Ireland. Um, Rebirth of the Incas, they rose from Lake Titicaca, and I was also rebirthed there. Yeah, so Incas and Mayans return of Christ work. Lake Titicaca. I rose from there. That is where I died in the time of Atlantis. So Lake Titicaca was the hub of Atlantis, and it did stretch all the way back to Machu Picchu, and it was all of that area. So God shifted plans. Portal of the Nile is now, and I actually took us into 7-year tribulation, abrupt ending. I told you God might bypass time depending upon how people reacted, and the shadow wreaked havoc. So God bypassed time. Then the next thing I knew, on Lionsgate, we were birthing New Earth. Day 1, my DM and I came fully together during this time, the Adam and Eve, and then I had to process the snake coming out of my garden in my dream. It was crazy. And it was in all these temptations, and I was scared. And my original DM just stared at me. He didn't help me. He didn't protect me. He didn't do anything. And that's what happened to Adam and Eve. And then it was reversed. And then day 2, I created the planet alignments, which was part of the other workshop I showed you. Day 3 was the sun and the moon coming together and all Christ light coming down that I have since brought through. Day 4 was creating seasons and realigned of the new earth and things. And then day 5 was the new earth chakra system rebirth, which also went through with the dormant chakra system activations that I did prior. Okay. Day 6 is when I called back all light. So no matter who you are, if you're duality, you can't have light. Okay. So you want to get rid of that shadow or you can't house the light. Day 7 was the 12 trumpets and all these events occurring that they showed you. And then day 8 is your final portal. And so that is what we're leading up to. That's the 3 days of darkness. End time portal of life and life reviews are applied. Okay, so you're all going through heart reviews, life reviews, what karma you've cleansed and not cleansed. And in the end, it will determine where you go. Matrix Earth releasing, because only to rise into new Earth, you have to be pure of all karma and all shadow. You have to be reborn either way. Matrix, then I have to take us and release those past lives, which I recently did. Then get this, I thought it was over. So this last year was the new Earth birthing and all this. Then right after here, I was attacked again. Yeah, it was really bad. From somebody internal, somebody close to me. And I don't even know if my new DM knows that, but I was attacked really badly. And I almost gave up. And something happened and I decided, oh, I can hear this, and I pulled through. Then all of a sudden, the angels went through a new portal because they were getting ready to birth into new earth. I implemented the 13 gates. I took us all through that. Mass awakening, center of the cosmic eye occurred. So Christ light awakening. Then I undid the money matrix. Urgent return of Christ. This was a pentagon and its connection to the pentagram and the mark of the beast. Then all of a sudden I undid the Sistine Chapel. This was recently, and it all went boom, boom, boom. And it was right before the election. And so that's how he flew through with flying colors. You know how they talk about interference for the election? This was it. Because the pentagon was based and created off the pentagram, which I undid all of here and closed down all portals of darkness. So this was recently. Undid the money matrix, the power of the pentagon to the pentagram, undid the Sistine Chapel and brought down the blood of Christ there and freed the cherubim angels that were trapped there. Then in this one, I undid the power of the pentagram, returned all power back to God of the earth elements, opened up the elemental portals and closed down all portals of darkness. Yeah, and then here's a shadow healing for some that it was called to. I told you who would win the presidency. It was Trump. They said Trump in there. And of course, Trump won, but I had to process all that I did too. and how it happened, like boom, boom, boom. Then the election happened, and then he went through with flying colors. I told you false foundations will crumble. It's over. Karmic kickback applied. It's over. Trump is the final president because it's over. And I also did a video on Elon Musk 2 years ago and said that he thought he was going to be a leader of the free world. So he's trying to work his way in there. You guys, it's all there. It's all playing out what I've been telling you is going to happen. All the work that I've done is playing out. What God's perspective on karma really is, you do have to heal it all to rise. And I do mean all of it. You have to be pure contract of light. So all shadow and all karmic demise had to be healed, but people weren't listening and taking that seriously. And there was a lot of judgments and attacks, even on me and my new DM. And that makes me sad. And so I'm going to tell you right now that the only thing that matters to me is that love, my new DM and my family, his kids and my kids, and that we all unite through love. And gone are the lies, gone are the days of using light for intentions outside of love. Gone are the days of division and conquering and power control and control of the mind, the false illusion and a false reality of time. Because I've undone all of that. Our seasons are going to change. Everything's going to change. And this next year, everything will rearrange. Everything will rise. We are heading towards the 3 days of darkness. And that is where your heart reviews will be applied. Some will go, some will stay, and some will never know life this way. It's over. It's over. I'm thankful. And I just want my DM to feel so much love. I love him so much, and I just want him with me. And I will never let anything come in between them again. Ever. I don't care who it is or what it is. It's over. I'm so thankful. So much love, my friends. I'm thankful to God. I'm thankful to the angels, and I'm thankful to my DM. I'm thankful to my children and the very few people who continue to watch my videos without judgments and actually click play. Because that's what it takes, is just seeing and opening up and clearing the shadow that blinds you and realizing who I am is not normal. It is the end of ways. And I'm so grateful because it was my awakening and it was painful. And it was nothing I would ever want to make up. But all of these people who use that, they use this false stuff. They take the light and lie and manipulate and create the biggest cults of mankind. And then people like that is real, like myself, all we get is judgment and chastised. And this effort to remove my DM and I, that was painful. And never again. It's over. I am so grateful. We survived. The return is complete. So much love, my friends. Have a very beautiful day. Happy Thanksgiving to all of those. I give thanks to you. To those who choose to push past the resistance and receive healings, to those who choose to push past the resistance and watch the return of Christ, to honor the return of Christ, to not judge, to not throw the asshole energy towards me or anybody. I freaking love you, and I thank you. I will see you on the flip side. Till next time.